Hello guys, Elistria here. So I wanted to come in and do a little video with you guys because one of the things that I hear from clients, from people in passing, inboxes and all that kind of stuff is that they want to go towards a healthier lifestyle. However, they have children, they don't want to make all these different meals, and my spouse may not like it, this, that, and the other. So I want to do a little video with you to show you how it is still possible, even within a vegan, healthy, plant-based construct, to have some of the novelty food items that you had prior to. You can still enjoy those foods. Also, if you have a child that has allergies and you are not able to, purchase mainstream things, which I recommend that you do home cooking anyway, but I want to show you how you can still participate and have those novelty food items and enjoy them in a healthier way. So I am going to make some corn dogs and tater tots. Okay. So, and I want to also encourage you guys, you do not have to have a 5-star kitchen. You do not have to have a gourmet HGTV Food Network kitchen. Okay. I'm working in a very small space and I'm able to get things done. I have to do a little maneuvering sometimes, but I get a lot done in here. Okay. Also, you don't have to have, William and Sonoma items or Calphalon and all these high name brands. You can get stuff from the Dollar Tree, you can get stuff from Walmart. You see them labels, great value, huh? Yeah. So I've already mixed up my batter right here. Don't pay attention to my stuff in the sink. I've been working. And I've thought out some of the mini sausages that I had posted from a previous post. So I'm going to make a couple of little corn dogs and tater tots. So the first thing I'm going to do is rinse these. That's tip number one. When you are making corn dogs, not corn dogs, when you're making tater tots, hash browns, a key is to rinse your potatoes after you grate them because it rinses away the starch. The starch in the potato makes them mushy. Haha. And we want crisp. So we want to rinse them and give them a chance to dry and squeeze the water out. But while that is occurring, we are going to make our corn dogs. So I already have my oil going. Yeah, sizzle, I say. And so you guys are going to come along with me. So first, let me rinse these potatoes and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I wanted to show you, if you happen to not have, a lot of kitchen utensils and things like that, you don't have to have it. I have taken the little sausage and put it into the batter. I'm just rolling it around and getting a good coating on there. I do have another fork in there because I'm going to use that to lift the little sausage up out and into the oil. So I'm going to do that. I can't do that and hold the camera. I do not have a tripod, and I'm all about safety because I love y'all, but I will not be walking around looking like the elephant woman because I was trying to hold a camera and put some stuff in some hot oil. We're not doing that. Amen. Okay. So, but what I do want to show you is that I have already done one. And so look how cute. Now, is it perfect? No, it doesn't have to be. Depending on how hot your oil is, I actually started doing something else, so my oil got really hot. So that's why mine is a little bit darker. But if you like well done, go for well done. Hey, okay. But it tastes good. All right. So that is the little corn dog right there. When you put it in, because you're putting it in with a fork, you may notice some little stragglies come off. You can just get those out. I actually threw away my tongs so I can get new ones, and I haven't done that. Yeah, so I'm using forks and everything, and I left my little strainer thing. So it's all good. But this is the little corn dog. So hopefully the next one looks better because I've taken my oil off of the heat for a moment to let it cool down a little bit. And then, so I'll come back and show you what this one looks like. Okay, guys, I'm back. I fried up my little corn dogs here. You can see the first one, it came out well, but it was just that the oil was too hot. So that's why it came out dark. And then you have the other two that are more the color that you're looking for, that look like the fair corn dogs, if you will. However, if you had a deep enough pot or if you had a deep fryer, then you could put the sticks in and then it would be all, but like I said, because I was using a fork to put it into the oil, that's why you see like the rough edges, so to speak. But it's a corn dog. Okay. One thing I will say is that you don't have to recreate the wheel if you have some cornbread mix. If you eat corn, I don't eat corn. If you eat cornbread and you have some cornbread mix at home, you could use that. Um, if you had some pancake batter and you wanted to do this with sausages, or even make it a little sweeter and make like little pancake corn dogs, you could do that as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is prepare my potatoes, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do to make the tots. Okay. Okay guys, so the potatoes have drained, and then I poured them out on a plate and I pressed them with paper towels to get as much water out as possible, because again, oil and water don't mix, especially oil, water and hot oil. Amen. So safety first in the kitchen. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, because these were shredded and the potato was kind of large, like I only ended up doing one because I didn't really want to make that many. So what I'm going to do is go in with my kitchen shears from the Dollar Tree for $1. Amen. And I'm just going to cut these up because I don't want to make hash browns. I want to make tater tots, and tater tots are made from small pieces of potato. Hindsight is always 20/20. What I could have done was cut them into wedges and then shred them, and they would have already been in smaller pieces. But you know, hey, this works too. So I'm just gonna go through and chop, 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 chop. And then after this, what I'm going to do is add in my seasonings that you saw. And because this is for kids, you know, sometimes, especially if you have a child with a developmental delay, how things look is very important to them. So I tried to choose seasonings that are the same color as the potato, so to speak, because when it cooks, it's going to get golden brown, but I didn't necessarily want specks in the food. But if your child does not mind, then you could add in some parsley, you could add in some of this, that, and the other. But I am adding in some minced garlic, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some white pepper, a little bit of salt, and then some dried minced onion. Okay, I'm going to add that in as well. So we're going to go from there. Okay, so I'm going to do that, add all that in, and then I'm going to come back and add in some, well, I'll tell you when I come back. Okay. Okay guys, I am back. So I have prepared the potatoes. So what I did was you saw me cut them up into smaller pieces. I mixed in my seasonings that I told you about. I did end up adding some chopped chives because I thought it looked good and I like the way it tastes. I'm the one eating it. So, but if your little one doesn't like that, you don't have to put that in. However, I will say you introduce your children to your culture through your food. Just gonna drop that nugget right there. So what I'm going to do is I put in the seasonings and I mixed in some tablespoons of some flour to make like a little paste with like 2 tablespoons of oil. You can use the oil of your choice. I chose to use lemon oil because I like flavor in my food. Now that it's mixed and it's made kind of a little paste, I'm going to use my tablespoon to measure out the pieces, and then to measure out the tots, and I'm going to put them on this wax paper and then put them into the freezer for a few minutes just so they can get really solid and solidified, and then I'm going to come back and show you when I put them in the oil. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I am back. So I formed all of my little tots. Aren't they cute? So I'm going to put these into the freezer for about 10 minutes and let them get a little bit solid, and I'll warm up my oil, and then I'll come back and put them in the oil to cook them up. So you don't want to freeze them solid, because they're not cooked, and that's going to be too much water and some hot oil. You just want them to get a little, you want them to solidify a little bit. You want the binding or the flour and the oil mixture that you put in with the potatoes, you want that to get a little bit more stiff so that it holds its shape in the oil. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'll come back. Okay, guys. Oh, focus. There it is. I am back. I did a test run. Look at how beautiful and cute it is, little golden tot. It came out of the oil, so I'm going to drop these in, and then I'm going to come back when they are all done. But I will show you one. Here's a little tot. See my little tot? I have it on my fork. I'm going to put it into the oil. See? And we're going to do that however many times I have here. Well, I'm going to put more in there, but it will be back. They're cooking, you guys. You see the little tots? They're cooking. Okay, guys, my first batch of tots are out of the oil. I sprinkled them very, very lightly with just a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. I don't want them to be too salty because remember, your condiments have salt in them. Ketchup, mustard, whatever you would like to have with it, but they are seasoned, so you don't want to give your baby too much salt. So I'm going to cook the rest up and then I'll come back. All right, guys, I have finished cooking everything. So this plate is for me, that's why the portion is so big, but I have finished cooking everything. You see your little mini corn dogs. You got some ketchup, some mustard, some grapes, some tots. That's something that I like to do is for myself, and especially if I'm serving a little one, is to mix in some fresh with some of the novelty things. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you try it, that it works for you. Leave some comments and let me know what you think. Take care. Bye.